Hello and welcome to Talk a Good Game. Just finished West Ham United 2, Manchester United 0. After this video, make sure you check out all the fan cams on the channel as well. Charlie, we won 2-0. And it was a little bit easy. But let's go through the first half. There wasn't too much action, but Yarmolenko, deciding factor at the break.
Yeah, it's what you've said. You've said it before. As long as you actually shoot, and he got a chance of putting it in, and he was falling over, puts it basically the only place he could to get it past De Gea. And you've got to respect him for that. I mean, it's a very difficult thing to swing. I mean, he sort of swings his foot at it, if I'm being a bit honest. I'm not entirely certain he meant it as nice in the bottom corner as he did. But you shoot, you score. It's simple as that, really. And something we lack shots. And so when someone's there just getting into a good position and putting his foot through it, why not?
I thought actually in the first half, I thought we were playing okay. I don't think we were excellent. I thought we were playing okay. But I thought Man United were playing awful. I thought like it was an easy enough game for us. I don't think we were playing. I think one of our two players were having a really good game. I think everyone else is playing okay to good. No one was having a bad game, but it was enough to be in the lead. Sure. It was enough. And at the break, I was, happy because I thought we can only get better, and being ahead suits the way we play with counter-attacking football. So I was confident actually in the second half we were going to push on a little bit. I thought Yarmolenko, I'm glad he scored. There was anyone on that pitch I wanted to score today. For non-financial reasons, Yarmolenko. Financial and betting reasons, it was Alier. But I'm glad Yarmolenko scored because I think he was the one under the microscope, if you like. I felt Fornals might have been to an extent, but Anderson is in the team by default now. He's just in the team. Yarmolenko's almost got a point to prove. And I'm glad he got that goal because I was almost like, right, point proven now. Not get off my back, no one's on his back, but let's just leave me be in the first 11. I deserve my place in the first 11. Let's go. But the second half, I would say we were trouble-free again. Even until Cresswell scored, even at 1-0, I think it was relatively straightforward for West Ham.
Yeah, I think the team, Pellegrini, deserve credit for the way, how compact we were. When we would sit back in defence, as long as it wasn't a breakaway where they shot, because when they're fast, they are fast. But apart from those times, we compacted really well. Like, we could just sit in this really small shape and just sort of watch them not really do anything. And in the second we put it on. We've got someone like Haller who can control the ball, can hold it up, and then we've got players who will join him eventually. I mean, like you say, you can only really beat what's in front of you, and what was in front of us today was a under mediocre Manchester United side, really.
But the second goal, Aaron Cresswell, he had a free kick 10 minutes before that, which was narrowly over, but it wasn't anything to trouble De Gea. De Gea wouldn't have been worried about Cresswell stepping up for the second one. De Gea might have been thinking, if you do the same thing again, I'd have to move much. Yeah. And move much he didn't, because Aaron Cresswell walloped into top bins, as the kids call it today, Charlie.
I mean, I don't know if I'd say that. Yeah, there was something about that second one where he stepped up to it. I just felt confident he was going to put it in.
I think we all did. I think everybody around me thought, this is in, this is a goal.
He had his viewfinder and then he just went, right, got it, bang, and straight into top. Really good free kick, by the way, really good, right in the top corner. And he used to take free kicks back in the day, prior, and he hasn't really done it much since. And you're looking at him thinking,
on the pitch. We don't win free kicks in that area either.
There's that as well, yeah. But he deserves respect because that was a great free kick. Like, could not have been more in the corner if it tried.
I'll tell you what I liked. It's funny actually. Remember a couple of weeks ago, Man United had this whole "who's the penalty kick taker" when Pogba and Rashford had this thing. And almost like we had a little moment of that because Yarmolenko and Cresswell both fancied it. They both stood outside the box thinking, I want this. I can understand Yarmolenko. He scored. He's feeling confident. But do you know something? Fair play to Aaron Cresswell, who was having a damn fine game. Obviously felt confident. You know what? I'm going to hit this. And what a goal it was. A really good goal. Really good finish. And I'd say I think we deserved to be 2-0 up at that point. I think we'd done enough to just push ahead a little bit. But 2-0 up, till full time, it was still easy.
Like I say, we defended really well, and the setup was really good, and you can see it's drilled into them. I've had a lot of criticism of the defensive shape and the sort of solidity and just organisation, and today that was all there in abundance. They when they would get near, they would just fall back into shape like Roman soldiers and just go on then, and they had no answer. Probably didn't help that they didn't have a striker on the pitch, but at the same time, they had other people on the bench they could have subbed on. That's what they decided to do, and it was easy. Why was it easy? It was just easy.
Because we were good. I think we were well in control. Pellegrini got his tactics spot on. The players knew what to do. Yeah. I think Fredericks was very tactically aware today. I was worried about him in coming up against James, but there was a couple of times James did his turn of foot. Fredericks didn't give. There was not enough space beyond Fredericks in order to run into. The one time he did get behind him in the second half, because that's down in our corner, he ended up putting his cross out for a goal kick because Fredericks had pushed him right to the byline. That was the only space available. Even when Rashford was on the pitch, it was easy. Diop and Ogbonna, Diop in particular committed a couple of fouls, clever fouls. Every time Man United looked like they were going to be coming forward, bam, we gave away. Do you know what Pep goes on about tactical fouling and stuff? We did that excellent today. I thought every time Man United started to get a little bit of tempo, we just killed it. There's a couple of times, Martin Noble at one point, just little things. Martin Noble won a free kick and the ball was rolling. He kicked it over to the other side of the pitch to Cresswell, and the rest said, "Oh, hang on, the ball's rolling." Martin Noble knows fine the ball is rolling. He's only done that because he knows the referee's going to say, "Hang on, bring that ball all the way back here." Perfect. This is it. The game management today from the manager, the players, was absolutely superb. We killed Man United. They didn't have much about them, and we've actually had a lot in the preview we did, and we did one with the football terrorists. Myself and Gonza said they've lost the fear factor, and a lot of Man U fans got a bit offended by that. I stand by that today. There was just none of it on the pitch. Every time they done a sub, we stood there in the crowd shrugging. And what are you gonna do? Like, they took Rashford off. When he went off, they played with no striker. 1-0 down, and they had no striker on the pitch till the end of the game. Yes, 1-0 or 2-0 or whatever. They took on Fred. Fred's an okay player, but he's not going to win you the game. So,
it was very much the same substitution as well. It was just Fred for Matic. Just like, okay, all right.
Anyway, enough about Man United. We nailed it today. Defence as well. 3 clean sheets in a row, unheard of at West Ham. Someone said to me, "When was the last time I've done that?" You're going to have to go back in the archives for that, because you said Sam Allardyce football. I think you might have to go back to Sam Allardyce football until the last time we kept 3 clean sheets in a row. But yeah, what's your final thoughts? We'll get on to players in a second, but what's your final thoughts of team performance in the win?
Really happy. I've still got some misgivings about how isolated Haller is at times, but he was isolated because we were defending so well. Like, a lot of the time people say Yarmolenko doesn't get back quick enough, or Anderson doesn't get back quick enough. Mate, there can't be any criticisms of that today. When we fell into shape, we were there. Everyone was there. Everyone was working as hard as humanly possible. And there were some performances out there today that you could genuinely hang your hat on and be super proud of. They might not have been that good. We were good. They weren't that. You could say, they weren't that good. But some of our performances were genuinely great today.
Yeah, we did not win the game because they were bad. It helped.
Yeah.
But we won the game because we were organised. We knew what we were doing. We were more organised than them. We wanted it more than them. I think our attitude was better than theirs. I think we had better players on the day, and that's with some players putting in a 7 out of 10. I thought some players were 9 out of 10 or whatever for West Ham. There were some players did okay to good, and we still had more than enough to deserve the 3 points out of that. We were brilliant, and the thing is, we made 2 changes to the 11 from Monday night. They slipped in perfectly. You couldn't tell we made 2 changes. Going back to the Norwich game, perhaps Monday against Villa wasn't great, but Norwich, we were superb. And today was almost like 2 halves after the Norwich game. It's almost like we picked up from the full-time whistle at the London Stadium against Norwich and just continued it. And the players that come in there, Fornals and Cresswell, fitted in seamlessly, did really well. The substitutes, Pellegrini got the bang on. I was a bit wary of taking Anderson off for Wiltshire because I thought Anderson has pace, and I thought it was a counter-attacking game. Turns out maybe Pellegrini, the £10 million man, knows more than I do standing in the crowd, because I think the substitution worked really well. Fornals got a 90-minute run out, which could be important for him. Individual players or criticised, but I'd be surprised you got anyone to criticise today.
Yeah, I don't, to be honest. It says a lot about how good Ogbonna has been recently, that when he went down holding something or whatever happened to him, I can't tell from where I was, that I was really concerned. That shows how good he has been. Diop, I thought, played very well. There's a couple of tackles he made. Rice, again, a couple of tackles he made. Like you say, Fredericks, that was probably one of his best performances in my opinion. Cresswell, very, very well. I'm just praising the entire team now, which I could do. I'm just incredibly happy. And I think, like you say, I don't think anyone really played below a 7, to be honest with you.
I agree with you. I think everybody played well. I think that was Fredericks. I don't think it was his best performance, but I'd say it's his most mature performance, his most disciplined performance for West Ham. He didn't bomb forward unnecessarily, which he sometimes does. I think he was positionally aware. I think he knew that if he got caught out and James was 5 yards behind him, he was in trouble, and he made sure he was never in that situation, which was good to see. I thought Noble was fantastic in midfield, winning free kicks when we needed them, conceding free kicks when we had to. Allaire won plenty in the air today. He wasn't massive, but the thing is, if you're winning games and your striker's playing well and you're still scoring 2, that just shows how good that he is up front. He still has a good game. We've got a striker now that's a lot of teams have got strikers that's judged solely on goals. We don't have that in our team. We've got a striker that's judged on his build-up play almost, and today he's judged on his build-up play, and it was damn good.
And there are times when we are under the cosh, we can hit that out ball to him, and he will control it, he'll get it down, and he'll be able to bring other people into play. It's a matter of them to get to him, but he can do that, and that's super useful. There were a couple of times today where they would be pushing us, pressurising us, and we would just play that out ball to him, and he would chest it down, control it down somehow, and he's really good controls as well.
Your man of match, I think there's two contenders. I think there's two, so it'll be interesting to see who you give it to. I think there's two players that were 9 out of 10 for West Ham today. It'll be interesting to see if you give it to one of them.
Mark Noble.
That's not one of them.
No, but the thing is with him is in games like today, he's so vitally important for the effort he puts in. And there were times as well, the thing I liked about when Wilshere came on was he has that ability, that touch to avoid a press basically, but Noble was doing that as well today, and that's not something he does a lot. There were times today where he was fantastic. That insane challenge he made where he got a yellow, and I thought, oh god, I can see him getting sent off here, but he didn't. He remained like disciplined and mature, and everything he did just came off today. I can't praise that guy enough.
He did a bicycle kick volley pass.
Yeah, and it worked.
Incredible.
It came off as well. He was brilliant for me. He's got to be my man of the match today. I understand it's probably not the one you're going to pick, but for me,
who do you think I'm going to pick?
I think you're going to pick Cresswell.
Yeah. The other player I think should and could and will be in contention is Yarmolenko. I think he was brilliant. He got his goal, and there was a couple of times where he just makes important touches as well. He's got a really good partnership with Fredericks, and I think Yarmolenko is underrated. I've always defended him, and I wanted to see him start today, and I'm glad he did, because he did what I wanted him to start for. Shoot!
Yeah.
Like, we just don't have enough of it. Every time Anderson gets it, Lanzini gets it, they look for the killer pass. Yarmolenko gets it, and he's thinking, can I hit it?
Yeah.
And you need that, because all it takes is to keep people to fumble it, to keep people to put it out of a corner. You still have possession and stuff, and Yarmolenko is a close second to me. But man of the match to me, it has to be Cresswell, and that's without his goal. Yeah. Like, even without his goal, Cresswell's man of the match today. I thought he was fantastic defensively, really, really good. Up against Pereira, didn't work. They put James out there, didn't work. He was up against 3 or 4 different players today, Cresswell, and he got better of every single opponent he was up against. Going forward, brilliant. In the first half I felt sorry for him because he was getting in good positions, but there was just no one in the box, and he was still trying to cross it. There was just nothing to aim for. Yeah. But I thought Aaron Cresswell was fantastic, and I tell you what, I know we've got the preview we've got Oxford in between. We've got the preview coming up on Thursday. Spoiler, I don't care. Cresswell keeps his place. Masuaku's now on the bench because Cresswell was that damn good today. You just can't drop him after that. I just don't think. Anyway, I'm delighted. I am actually. If there's one game I really like to win, Charlie, it's this one. I hate Man United. It's a geography thing because everyone I grew up with when I was younger was a Man United fan, so.
Justify yourself.
Get in! Yes, I'm delighted. Anyway, big 3 points for West Ham, big performance, particularly from some individuals. Let us know what you think in the comment below. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new around here, and like I said, make sure you check out the fan cams for your interview. Other West Ham fans, catch you in a bit.